All right, here we go with a little sped up demonstration of building an icosahedron. Yeah, it's a 20-sided platonic form. It has 30 edges. So to prepare, you'll need to prepare 30 edges. So I've already pre-sharpened some of these. And now, if you remember from class, I made the top and now I'm going to make the bottom. And it's just a series of equilateral triangles. There's really not much to it. You just have to remember the form. So keep looking at some sample images. The assignment guidelines will include images of each form, but you can also look up on the internet some other forms. A wire-framed icosahedron might be helpful because it will show you sort of more of a line drawing version instead of a solid form. But just keep in mind that there are 30 edges and they all need to fit together to make this form. 20 sides. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's 20 equilateral triangles. Now this is the second time that I have built the bottom. I did it the first time in a little different style and it didn't work out. So this is a good method of doing it, laying it out and making the triangles gradually and working your way around. Now I'm getting close to gluing the last few pieces, but I realized something right about now. Well, not yet. I'm still moving along. Oh, there's 6 points coming out of the radius. That's not correct. There's 5. In an icosahedron, there needs to be 5. So that means that this is done. I just need to unstick it from the table and then very gently make that last equilateral triangle. That's where things can get really tricky, but with a little practice, you can do it. Practice and patience, because you have to hold that hot glue until it dries. So I have a dual temperature gun. I set it to low. I also find sometimes if I put my finger on the weld after it's hot, when it's cooling down already, if I put my finger on it, I can sense when it's ready. And I also feel like somehow I might draw some heat from that. I don't know. But, don't pull your joints apart. Try to give it the time it needs. All right, so my piece is matched. Happy with that. And now I need to figure out, I need 10 more pieces because I know the top and the bottom are 20, took up 20 pieces, so I have 10 left out of the 30 because an icosahedron has 30 edges. So here I am sharpening again, speeding it up. This whole video actually took about 27 minutes, just so you know. But I've sped it up so you guys can see the results a little bit quicker. So now I'm making the central triangles, which are actually incomplete. So I'm making 5 of these incomplete triangles that I will then attach to the top and the bottom. This gets tricky, but it's not rocket science. We can figure it out. So pulled that up, and now I'm going to start attaching these point to point, end to end. time to dry or to cool. And then thinking, which direction? What should I do now? Okay. How about like this? All right. No, maybe not. Yeah, let's try this. So I'm being careful not to add too much glue, because if you add too much glue, you can heat up the existing joint and then that will fall apart. So it can be tricky, but this is all part of the process about learning about the limits of your material. No matter what you're working with, you're going to have to deal with some failure in order to learn. I'm just trying to make it all stick right now, because I know that once I put it all together, I can add a little bit more hot glue to places where I feel like it doesn't have enough, or I can, I'll definitely be able to secure the joints once I wrap them with paper mache. Adding a little extra glue there while I can. Why not? Now I only have 2 more additions. 2 more incomplete triangles. And at this point I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to add the bottom, because I feel like that's going to help stabilize the form. And it's becoming enough of itself now that I can hold it in place a lot easier. It's still super flexy. It is just a wiggly thing. But gradually, as you secure more of the joints, it becomes more and more stable. But it's going to be wiggly until we put the paper mache on, until we actually use the white glue. Hot glue is pretty flexible, which is why we actually like to use it for this project, because we need to pick things up and bend them around to make them fit. All right, it's a little bit of a puzzle towards the end how to make things fit, but it becomes obvious. There's only a few points left. And this is where I get excited, and sometimes I get a little careless. Gotta stay patient. It's actually pretty relaxing, being able to focus, being able to try to move carefully, paying attention to small areas. Oh, look at that. It's already standing up on its own. So now I'm going to do the last 3 connections. A little bit of glue there. I was trying to get it to stand by itself, but it's not done till it's done. So, oh, there it goes. Slips out of place. That's going to happen. You got to just hold it till it's ready. Got to be patient. Make sure it's where you want it. And there it is. My icosahedron, full size. 20 equilateral triangles, 30 pieces of bamboo. Have fun.